to Mrs. Peach Thrifty Living. It's been a few weeks since I got here on a Monday night, and I don't know that anybody's going to show up, but if you do, I'm going to be happy you came, and if you don't watch now, I hope you'll come back later. And whoops, I'm already dropping stuff. Tonight is usually when I get on here and I do some glue work. I have my old Medicare book that I've turned into a glue book for my my tops. Take off pounds sensibly or whatever. Hello, whoever's here. I'm happy you're here. If you wouldn't mind, give me a thumbs up. And I still got a little frog there that I don't want to go anywhere. I'm happy you're here. I'm going to be just chit-chatting, and if you talk to me, I'm going to turn this over here where I can make sure I can see myself here on my laptop. Well, not see myself. I want to read your comments on there. So let's see what I see here, and I'm hoping that it'll come on, that I can read here. There I am. There it is, and now I can read the comments better on that one. Hello, I'm so happy you're here tonight. I hope you're having a good night. It is 83, something like that. Here now, it got to 104 today. I'm sorry, 101 on my porch. That was pretty hot, but we've had more. Let's see. You know what? I started to read that. Hello, RC. I'm happy you're here. John MacArthur passed away. Let's see. Well, why isn't that here? Okay. Oh, okay. He was 86. Well, you know, it's horrible to miss somebody, but you know where he went. And that is, to me, the most comfort you can have is knowing that you're going to be with Jesus. So I always did like to watch him. I didn't watch him regularly ever, but I've listened to him many times over many years. So we you know, as we get older, we're going to lose people, and it's always sad to do it. And I'm just here to talk to you about whatever, you know, whatever you come up with. I'm okay. He contracted pneumonia. Yes, he will be, I'm sure it'll be a big service that he will have. You know, one way or another, we're going to all go someday. And I always hate the thought of that someday, but, you know, we're going to all go. And as sad as it is for the people left behind, he's not sad. He's with Jesus. I don't understand all the logistics. Some of them say they're resting till the rapture. I don't know all that, and I don't want to even get into that, but just to know, you know, you're at peace, you're not in any pain. What a blessing that is. And so that's a good thing. I hope you've had a good day, RC. And I've got my book here and got some things here we can talk about if nobody has anything to chit chat about. My trip was so awesome, and I hope that you guys got to see a lot of it. We went to Branson, seen that we went to the Sight and Sound, and seen the biblical story of David. Oh my goodness, you guys, that was so good. From him as a child to him as a king. That really was good. And so well, they really do it up well. And it's so professional. It is professional. And they have live animals going up and down those aisles. And it's just a wonderful time to be there, and we just had such an awesome time. There was 16 of us in our group. There was sisters, cousins, and in-laws and all that to go with it in that 16. And we just had a ball. Um, you know, my sister got married while we was there in Oklahoma at the reunion. And well, not at the reunion, a few days before the reunion, she got married there to her wonderful new husband, Leon. And he's just really a great guy. So we had a nice time. We stayed at his lake house there in around 10 Killer Lake. And I don't know that any of you know where it is, but it's a beautiful lake. And if you watched any of my videos, you've seen us out on the lake. And we went out in his pontoon boat 2 times. I guess they call it a pontoon boat. Anyway, it's a pontoon. I think they say it, you can have 15 on the boat. And, well, there's a weight limit, I guess. And we went out on the 4th of July and saw the fireworks right out on the water. That was awesome also. And anybody else that would, say hi to me if you would. And if you get a chance, please press like. Give me a thumbs up there. I really appreciate it. And before I get too far, I want to tell you, I did call my husband's uncle. He is 99, and we must have talked almost close to an hour. When I'm sorry. When you talk to him, he's so interesting to talk to, and so on it still. He drives in a pretty busy city in his part of the town that he drives to, and he just talked, and he sometimes watches me on YouTube. He had forgotten where he said he had watched, and then somehow along the way he couldn't find where I was, so I got a chance to tell him today, and he said he'd be watching me. So that's fun to see that, you know, someone as old as 99 still, he lives alone. He told me what he does. I mean, he does walks around his house, he calls, he keeps in contact with his family and meets up with friends for lunch, or he did. We didn't discuss that part today. We kind of got waylaid because I asked him what he did, you know, because I'm always thinking of exercise and health and all. As we get older, you know, we all have to kind of think about those things. If we don't keep moving while we're young, and he still says he at one point he went for balance. He had asked the doctor, and the doctor, he got to go to some therapy just for balance, and he's doing very well. He hasn't had any falls, and he drives all around. And he told me all of his vitamins he takes, and his regimen of what he eats for breakfast, lunch, and dinner are close to. He doesn't eat hardly any beef, he said. He just decided, I guess he liked the others better. And so it's interesting to hear how well adjusted and how good he is doing. And so we really talked a long time. He was a principal of a school at one time, and so smart to listen to. Let's see what you said. RC said, so I went to the rooftop dinner at a church tonight on the other side of Seattle. To my surprise, I ran into a former member of my former Beacon Hill church. I hope that was a good time that you ran into him. You know, it's good to leave things, you know, that you can see them later and just be happy to see them, and happy they're doing what they're doing, and happy you're doing what you're doing. So that's always a good thing that you can leave. I always wanted to leave anywhere and anything I ever did that I wouldn't be ashamed to go back. So that's a good feeling if that happens. And let's see what you said. I was most active before the pandemic. The pandemic changed me and him deeply. You know, it changed a lot of people, to be honest with you. Some of them got over it and moved on, and some of them just kind of really stagnated them for a long time. And, if we can keep on moving, because, life, if you look back in history, there's been the ups and downs of everything, including our own lives. Sometimes you're up on the mountain and sometimes you're down in the valley. And do you remember a song, Dottie Rambo? I don't know if you remember her, but she was a wonderful singer. And I think she wrote and sang the song, "In the Valley He Restoreth My Soul." So sometimes we're not always living on the mountaintop. Let's see. After the pandemic, I started to drift away from that church I served for 4 more years until my family snapped. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope everything is getting better for you, RC. You just don't know, that, but I know we can keep praying for everybody in our families and what's going on, because, everybody has their own struggles, whatever that might be. And we just got to keep on keeping on, because you can't live in the mullygrubs. That's no fun to do, and I don't want to do it for sure. I want to be a positive ray of sunshine if I can. Don't go around telling jokes all the time, but I want to have a happy attitude, and where somebody could feel glad whenever they left me. And, talking about food, let's see what you say. Things don't get better. You just come of age and suffer standing firm in the ocean. Yeah? Stand firm in the ocean? I don't know. Isn't that sinking sand? That sand moves around. So I'd want to say you stand firm with Jesus, and he'll help you with all of those situations. Everything in life is not a fun picnic and party. The goods and the bads, but thank the Lord we have the goods too. So dwell on those good things if you can. There's a song called Oceans by Hillsong. I'll have to look that up because I don't remember it. Let me write it down, because usually on this, when you do a live, you can't just find it till the next day or so, and then you can go read what it is. By the way, even the comments, the way it used to be, they used to all come on my email, and I'd read them and I'd comment on them, and then I'd erase them on my email. YouTube sent them to me. They don't do that anymore. I didn't change my way, so I'm hoping I'm not missing a lot of comments that come my way, because things did change and I just don't understand. I went back and tried. I didn't take my laptop on my vacation with me. I took my new cheap tablet, which worked out very well. And then, of course, I do all of my email, all of my YouTubing on this phone, my Samsung Galaxy, I forgot what number, A53 or something like that, phone that I've had actually ever since I started YouTube, and that will, in October, will be 3 years. Wow, can you just believe it? 3 years. I did get monetized. I have not earned enough. It's interesting, you guys, to go in and see, because now you can go in and see what you made on a video. You might have made 20 cents. You might have made 50 cents. Once in a while, you might have made 70 cents. Now, mind you, if you look at my numbers, I don't have tons of people watching every video. I make a lot of them. It's like, a lot of times I'm lucky to have 100 people watching. Sometimes I'm lucky to have 50 watching them. So you never know. Now, the bigger ones, just because they're bigger, you think, oh, you got more people watching them. Well, sometimes they don't stay around to the end. So anyway, it's a very interesting way of looking at things, and um, they don't send you any money till you make $100. I haven't made it. I haven't seen any money yet. And I don't think I'm going to get rich at this, but I sure have enjoyed meeting all of you. And I hope I get to meet more and more of you. Mr. Beast, for example. Okay, Mr. Beast. You're going to have to explain that one because I don't quite get where you're going with that one. You can tell me, and hopefully it's a good one, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast don't sound very nice. And I'm just looking around in my book, and let's see, probably one of the richest guys on YouTube. Well, somehow I haven't come across him. Is he a YouTube? Does he do a YouTube channel and all that kind of thing? There are some pretty interesting ones there. I got a new Topps book while I was gone. Take Off Pound Sensibly, and you're looking at it backwards, I know. And that they're talking about when this, okay, he's a celeb, okay? By the way, my grandson and his family, my missionary grandson, my preacher grandson, they just went to Tanzania. I hope that's okay to say. I think they say it also. So, today, on a mission trip. And the whole family, most all of them went. Okay, let's see what you say. Baker Games just reached 100,000 subscribers. Japanese YouTuber. Okay, I have not kept up with any Japanese YouTubers at all. Yeah, so I haven't heard of those at all. This Topps book, they're always talking about food, you know? Whenever I went on our trip, well, by the way, tomorrow is weigh-in day. We'll see how that works, but when I got back, I did it okay. Let's see. He's got an award mailed to him. He hides his face with a cartoon face. You know, that might be okay, but I like to watch the people. I like a face to the people I watch. You know, not everybody's beautiful. Not everybody's so pleasant to look at. You know, all of us are somewhere, wherever God put us. And, you know, we do our best to be decent looking and all that kind of thing. Not in Japan. Where's he at? Okay. Yeah. Let's see, because there is a bigger stigma on people. Okay. Yeah, well, I don't know. Do you really honestly think that? Or is that, okay, that's how it works in Japan? It very well might be. I don't know. I haven't went out. I mean, I just come across some I watch, and, you know, once you get busy, it's a little harder to catch everybody sometimes, but you just do the best you can. So, what did you eat today? I would be interested to know, what did you eat today? Let's see, what did I eat today? I went to Wendy's and I had a baked potato with sour cream and cheese and butter. And, oh yeah, I know that's really good for you. But I ate half of it there, and then later I brought the other half home, and that was my supper. And I added some Bush's baked beans, and I added some cream style corn. Now, does that sound like a good combination? It really hit the spot. So, yeah. Let me see. You said something else. Japan is an honor and a shame culture. So if you are a comic geek, then you get stigmatized. Yeah. Well, you know, I guess everywhere you go, there could be some kind of stigmatism there. And let's see. You had a simple sandwich for lunch and had spaghetti for dinner. Yeah. Okay, what's a simple sandwich? Ham and cheese? grilled cheese. By the way, spaghetti. My new brother-in-law, he made spaghetti, and he made it with, okay, yes, you said. My new brother-in-law, Leon, he likes to cook. And so he made spaghetti for us, and he put beans in it. You know, the hamburger and all that kind of stuff. And then he added a can of beans. I think they were ranch beans. And it was surprisingly good. I can see myself liking that. I mean, it really hit the spot. Now, of course, you know, I don't eat the meat, but he was so nice. He moved a little aside before he mixed the hamburger in with it. So I had mine with beans, and it really hit the spot. So have you ever heard of that? Because he said that one time at a restaurant, I think somewhere around Oklahoma City, I'm not sure, that he had went to a restaurant and that's what they served. And he said it was so good. So ever since, he's been making it with beans. So you might want to try that sometime. New way to do it. Stretch your meat. Okay, is Leon older or younger than Sharon? Just a little bit younger. Not too much, but they are just doing so wonderful. And it's so fun to watch them together. And I know you got a little glimpse of that if you watch my videos. They are just so happy. And so they have a lot of decisions to make as far as living and all that kind of stuff. But they're going to do great. You know, he has a home in Oklahoma, and she has one. Well, no, she sold her home, so hers would be easier to do something with because hers is that senior. Oh my goodness, you guys, that place where she lives is so fun. I can see myself enjoying a place like that. It's not cheap though. I can live in my home cheaper than that. Oh, let's see. You said, yeah. Speaking of living in your home, I sat down today and figured out, you know, you have your house insurance that comes due every year, and your car insurance that comes due every year, and your taxes. Well, there's other things, but those are the biggest things. And I sat down today and figured out how much I would need to put away and save every month, where all of a sudden you have this bill and you think, okay, I'm gonna have to take away from something else to pay it. But I started doing that just today. I mean, I've always saved some, but just I'm gonna earmark it for those 3 items. Let me read what you said. I met a couple recently. They look like they're in their 50s. The wife is 55. I didn't know her husband was actually 74. He doesn't look 74. You know, truly, age is just about a number anymore. It doesn't have to be, you know, what we used to think, because, you know, most people, I should say a lot of people, are trying to take care of themselves much better than they used to. We didn't know. You know, when we was growing up, we didn't know that all these things were bad. Although in my generation, we didn't have all the snacks that even my kids had, even my young son, Josh, had. And, you know, as time went on, I don't think we ate as well, or a lot of them did. I got, what's that? Gobsmacked. I've heard the word, but I can't quite tell you exactly what it means. How about any of the others that's watching? Do you guys have a channel? And if you can, say hi to me too. I'd love to hear from you also. It's always so fun to hear where you're from. I know RC is from the Seattle area. I'm from California, Northern California. It means extremely surprised. Yes. And I've known some of those age different marriages in my lifetime. I knew one girl that I think she was 13 or 14, and she married a 60-year-old man. They was married for years. I think they had 4 or 5 children. And, you know, eventually he passed away, and then she did marry someone that was nearer her age, but you never know, you guys, what the age is going to be. And it could be a big thing or a little thing, sometimes. So what have I talked about here? I did, I always want to have something that I can fall back on in case somebody doesn't come and doesn't say anything, where I wouldn't just be twiddling my thumbs. I have so many things to show you. I do have a video. I will be, as soon as I get off of here, I will be uploading it. It's Happy Meal. And I got some really nice things from a couple of the other YouTube girls that have channels, and I'm showing you that and talking a little bit. There's something in all of them that I do, it seems like there's always something to talk about. And by the way, if you didn't get a chance to see my friend Kay's testimony the other night, I hope you will take the time to listen to it. You don't even have to sit there and watch it. You can just put your earbuds in and start listening. Of course, she's a beautiful lady too, but her testimony was so interesting, and I think most of you would find it really interesting. So if you get a chance, go over. All you have to do is scroll down and see mine. I do have, I tried to keep most everything in a playlist, or a lot of it, that I can figure out where to put it. Sometimes they're in more than one playlist because, they fit the category of more than one thing. So it's hard to decide what to do, but her testimony was so good. I missed another one of them while I was gone on my trip that I would have loved to have. I talked to her, and she talked like that she would love to do it. And so I may either meet her somewhere or have her come over here and let her tell her testimony. I love to hear the stories. You never know. People come from so many walks of life and different interesting ways they've lived, and how God has helped them with whatever was going on in their lives. And it's always so fun to hear the story. Let's see. Since I got back, I went over to see my brother. You guys remember him, or some of you do. He plays the piano, and he had the heart attack and had the stents put in, as many as they could. They was not able to do all of them, but he's doing very well. And I think actually he did a little bit of lawn mowing the other day. They didn't let him do it very long, but he's getting stronger and stronger. They got a big yard over there, and boy, they got a lot of grass. So their daughter has been doing a lot of it, and she's had surgery on her legs. So, everybody's joining in, helping out with whatever they need to do over there, and it's good to see. It was good to see them whenever we got home. They make the best iced tea in town. So we always have fun with that too. And Barbara was my sister. Barbara and I, we had went on this trip together back there to Texas and Oklahoma, and we rode up into Oklahoma with Sharon. And then let's see, hello Dave, I'm happy to see you. It's hot in Canada. What's the temperature there? I'd be interested to know. And do you guys get any rain in this time of year up there? We don't get any here. And when we was back there in Texas and Oklahoma, we seen the rain. And we was there in Texas when they had that well, we might have been in Oklahoma. 103. You got us beat by a couple of, ours was 101 today, I believe it was. Okay, let's see. RC said, there was a book I read 20 years ago documenting young men in Japan spending adulthood in childhood bedrooms not stepping out ever, sneaking out to 7-Eleven. They were called hikamani. Oh, I probably butchered that word. That would be kind of sad. Now, just recently when we was back in Texas, and they had the karaoke night and they had the bingo night where my sister lives, the man that is in charge of the recreation, I guess you'd say. Okay, meaning shut-ins. Okay, the man in charge of recreation and the music and all those kind of things. His name was Jeff, and him and his wife used to be missionaries to, I think it was Japan. And he was talking about how at 7-Eleven there's so many 7-Elevens there, and you can get all kinds of things at 7-Eleven. And he said there's one all in all kinds of corners, and they take the food at the end of the day and give it to the needy and the hungry, any foods that's left over. I thought that was really interesting what he was saying. I'm almost sure it was Japan. I'd have to go back and listen, but it's on one of my videos. Okay, let's see. Dave, you said, I live on Vancouver Island. It's a rainforest. Oh my goodness. Just like Amazon. Oh, giant old gross forest trees. Some were alive when Jesus walked on earth. That is awesome. But I don't know about the rain all the time. Let's see. You pay taxes. Okay, you can pay your taxes at 7-Eleven. He was saying something like that, and you can get all kinds of things that at 7-Eleven. And then Dave said, many movies are filmed here, like Star Wars, because there are giant ferns and trees. When a tree falls, you walk under it, not over it. Wow, that is very interesting. Now, does that being like that, is that depressing? You know, at one point I lived in Northern California near Eureka, and you didn't see the sun all the time. And then again, we would go to Fort Bragg, and that's California on the coast, and you wouldn't see the sun sometimes for days on end, and it would be foggy, and that was depressing to me. Now, how about you? Does you find that depressing, or do you see enough sun that is it okay? I mean, you learn to live with those kind of things, but boy, I feel so much better when I see some sunshine. And when I see the clear blue sky and not just under the trees. Trees are beautiful. But I've noticed many times, okay, I thought Fort Bragg was in North Carolina. Yes, there is a Fort Bragg, North Carolina. But there's a Fort Bragg, California. It's on the coast, 101. It's near the northern border. And that's where it is. Let's see. Archie said, I saw Apocalypse in the Tropics. It's about the rise of the evangelicals in Brazil in the political culture. I don't think I've seen that. That's usually not the kind of movie I choose. I usually find one that's a feel-good, down-the-earth one. That's mine, you know. Everybody has their own choice of movies, and some of them, you know, one might love it to death, and one might think, oh, get me out of here. I don't want to watch this. But no, we all are different, and that's a good thing. And so, Dave, what'd you have to eat today? We was talking about what we had, and if you don't mind saying so. And let's see, you don't watch movies, okay? Well, I watch more YouTube and like my YouTube friends and all that kind of thing. But I usually watch one movie evening, you know, just on Tubi or on YouTube, one of the movies they have there. And I like a good, clean movie, a feel-good movie, and I like them, you know, faith-filled. A lot of them are. And those are always so fun to watch and so enjoyable and let you feel good when you leave the movie. Let's see. She said, just dropped today on Netflix. It's a sequel of Petra Costa debut film. Okay, The Edge of Democracy. I don't think so. I don't think I'd probably be watching it. I'm sure it's better, you know. And Dave, you ate a Caesar salad, chicken Caesar salad. I have a nice piece of salmon. Oh, to barbecue tomorrow. That sounds good. Yeah. Now, do you cook your salmon well done or just barely? I like mine well done. And by the way, many years ago, my former husband, many years ago, he used to catch salmon. We would have a salmon run close, not too far from where we are, and he would get some really big ones. And I used to can salmon. I don't think I could do that now, but I did then, and it was good, really good salmon. So you cook to a minimum of 165 degrees. Now, I don't know what that would, if it was done and nice, nice and done and flaky, that's what I like. But everybody's not the same. Now, how do you season yours? Do you put anything special on it that you season it? And by the way, talking about that, while you're going to tell me your answer, Leon, my new brother-in-law, he smokes bologna. Have you ever tried that? He takes I think it's a 5-pound chub of it, and he smokes it. And they say it's really, really good. And he really loves his bologna. So I'd never heard of smoking it, but I know when I ate meat, I used to would fry a piece of bologna, put it in the skillet and fry it, and that was good. I don't eat it now, but I did it one time many years ago. It was good. Really, really good. Another thing when was back there in Oklahoma is fireflies. When was the last time that you saw a firefly? Now, my daughter, she came from Florida to see me, and my son, Gordon, came from California. Let's see, Dave. Usually a garlic type thing, but I got an amazing honey garlic sauce. I bet that is good on it. That would be really delicious. By the way, I'm going away from what I was saying. Is at Dollar Tree, they had hot honey infused with some kind of hot in it. So that was, I'd never seen that till the other day. Okay, back to the fireflies. That was so interesting. My daughter and son, they remember living, while we would visit back there when they were children, and they would chase fireflies. Go check, and you'd see them all lighting up the sky, and we could see them, and they were so thrilled to get to see those. And I seen a few of them. I didn't see as many as them, but they're just little light bulbs that just flicker on and off, and then they're gone. I only seen a couple of them that was really close to me, and that was kind of, wow, this is fun, seeing all that excitement in the skies. And it's very interesting. And boy, the rain, wow. Okay, let's see. We used to catch them, yes, and put them in a jar. They're virtually non-existent now. I guess they're still in Oklahoma. I don't know how many, but yes, I remember others saying they put them in a jar. Now you probably have to leave poke holes in there to get air to it, I guess. But it was so fun to see that. And if you would, anybody that's watching, if you would, I'd appreciate it if you can give me a thumbs up. I sure appreciate it. And anytime you want to comment, I love hearing from all of you. And, I've got all this to talk about, but, that's just in case I get stuck and not anybody being here. I do have more gifts that I'll be showing. When I got home, I turned 80 on my birthday while I was back there. And when I got home, this was sitting on my porch, covered up with a card. And this is just a little vase. And look, lights up. My friend left it on my porch for me. She's the one that brought me a doll one time. Yeah, 80. Yes, God's been good to me. Turn 80. It just does not seem possible. But, it's a good day. And oh my goodness, my daughter, if you haven't got a chance and would like, I have a lot of videos out there, and I know I've already said that. Hello, my friend Kim. Kim's Inspired Life. She lives in the California area, I think around Fresno, somewhere down that way. Oh, she's been traveling. I watched your video today, Kim. You guys check Kim's Inspired Life out. She is such a wonderful channel. You will love her. She went to Oregon, I think it was, and I watched that today, seeing you with your grandchildren. You are a blessed lady, and taking your 3 grandchildren on a trip by yourself. I guess it was by yourself. That's what I kind of got the idea. Sound like you had so much fun. So that's awesome. Yeah, and you just got back. Okay, I knew I was thinking you said you would be coming back in a day or two, but okay, I'm glad you're back, but you're already going somewhere else. You're a traveling lady. And besides that, she does all these crafts and all these kind of things. Oh my goodness, my travel was so awesome. And you can go and watch any of it you want, because I videoed so many things, including my sister's wedding. She's 81. Her and her husband got married. It was so good. By the way, she had found the song. Let's see. Now the name has just slipped my head and my mind. It just went out of the head. By Mickey Gilley, that All That Matters to Me, or something like that. It's like, I know you not the first love, and all that kind of thing. And she wanted my daughter to sing it, and so my daughter put the music to it. She played before we got there, and so this was outside at a park, like a pavilion where people have the picnic tables, and that's where they had their wedding. It was beautiful. Oh, you could see the water there, and it's just a beautiful place. And anyway, my daughter played that and sing it. She had me sing a little on the harmony with her, but I didn't do too much. Oh, but my daughter did such a beautiful job, and I really, really wanted to video that, but I was afraid I'd get a YouTube strike, and so I just found some other music that I played that was suitable for YouTube, and but you could watch her face. Oh my goodness, it's just like they were just like enthralled with each other. It was so fun to see. So anyway, so just one thing after another, we had so much fun there. And then at Branson, and oh, my flower's still blinking. I better turn it off. I forgot to turn it off. Okay, I got it off. Yes, and so a lot of things. By the way, I ate a bite of alligator while I was there, and one of the restaurants we went to, and it was so nice because, my cousin, she planned all of this, set the whole everything we'd do, the shows and the restaurants and all that. And all we had to do is we just said, how much do we owe you? And we sent her the money, and we was in. And that was so wonderful because you didn't have to worry, us that don't are not world travelers, we just enjoy the time. So let's see. I wanted to look over here to make sure I didn't miss anybody's comment. But so anyway, a bite of alligator. They ordered appetizer and passed it around. Everybody had a piece of it with some kind of good sauce on it. Lorraine, I'm so happy to see you. Lorraine, now you live in, is it Australia or New Zealand? Remind me, Lorraine, I'm so sorry. I'm so happy to see you here. And you guys be sure and check everybody that has a YouTube channel, Kim's Inspired Life. Dave, and I see you put on a couple of things lately on your channel. So keep Australia. Okay. I know it was over there somewhere. And so you're living on a different time zone than we are right now. And I'm so happy to see you, Lorraine. Lorraine has been watching me and commenting for quite, I don't even know how long, a long old time. And I appreciate it so much. This is such a blessing for me. And we're just, I feel a kindred spirit with, everybody that comments and that you hear from. It's just they're my friends. And it just is so nice. How is the weather in Australia today? I'd be interested to know, and I'm sure our others would like to know too. It's winter time in Australia, okay? RC said. And so if it's winter, is it raining? Is it, do you have snow there? I don't remember ever hearing of snow. That don't mean anything because I don't know everything. Oh, let's see. John Dayan, I just found your channel. Great to join you. Oh, I'm happy you're here. Now, John, do you have a YouTube channel? And if you do, please let us know because we want to go and check out your channel. Okay, there's a lady on YouTube in Australia who has 16 kids. Okay, what's her name? Do you remember? I think I might have seen her before. And my grandma had her beat by 2. My grandma had 18 children. Now, was there any twins or triplets in your grandma's? Okay, let's see. Lorraine, let's see. At the start of your channel, okay. Yes, you did watch at the start of my channel. And it's winter and it's raining and very cold. Lorraine says it is in Australia. And the Bonnell family. I think I watched that before. I'm going to write that down. It is so hard to keep up with everybody when you have a YouTube channel and people start watching yours and you want to watch everybody that watches you. It's hard to do sometimes. And I try and do the very best I can. When I was back there in Texas and Oklahoma, I was so blessed because so many of my different ones would let me video, and I love that, My sister, she was very willing to video and join in, and actually all of them has been very good about that. And if you like mac and cheese, you guys, go watch my video with Leon's mac and cheese. He put jalapeno peppers in it. The little jar of jalapeno peppers. I thought I wouldn't like it, and I said it'd be so hot, but it really hit the spot. Guess it depends on how hot, because it could have knocked me out of the... it would make me cough. That's what it would do to me most of the time. So, but it was so good. And by the way, that was the morning of his wedding. He was in the kitchen, and I was videoing him on his... let's see. I loved your holiday and the wedding. Thank you so much. It was so fun, Lorraine. I felt like I was on just a forever happiness because, and not only that, when we went somewhere, I always call dibs to the back seat, right behind the driver. Barbara always got the front, my sister. And, you sit back there and just enjoy it. Jalapenos so great with anything with cheese. You are right, John. Um, and do you cook yourself? Do you cook very many items yourself, John? Um, oh, another thing Leon was telling us is the word ufta. I never heard of that. And I did a little short on that, ufta. And he said that he kept hearing this nurse say that. You do all the time. What's your favorite thing to cook? Is it something with jalapenos and cheese or something else? And by the way, John, where are you from? Do you, what state do you live in, if you don't mind saying? You don't have to pinpoint it exactly, but it's fun to hear where everybody's from. And anyway, Ufta. Oh, Oregon, you're close by. Well, you're the next state over from me. I'm Northern California. We still have a lot of California in between me and Oregon, but still, it's you're the next state, so that's good. And did anybody happen to see my video where I showed my sister's friend's kid and grandchildren's playroom? Yeah, by you. Yeah, RC said by you. You live in Washington, RC. My friend, she had made her made a map of the whole United States on her wall. It was like, as big as the wall. And she said she had used a projector to do it. And I thought that was really interesting to be able to do that. And it was fun to see. And that room was so cute. I did a video of that, just a short one, where I like to show different things. Actually, I still have one or two of some of my sister's decorations. And I wanted to show that somewhere along the line. But I don't want people to just get bored. I don't know, I'm always conscious of maybe somebody getting bored with what I'm doing. And let's see, yesterday, I did my live after I got home. And while I was there in Texas, my sister and I did a live, where she lives, it's a big, it's for 55 and older. It's a resort type place to live. And they have everything you could want to do there. And they had this beautiful grand piano. And we did a live while I was there. And of course, we've sang together ever since we were little kids. So it was just right up our alley to do. And of course, we have to get those old songs out because we're never around each other to practice. So we'd always grab all those old songs out and start singing them. So, John, did you, let's see, you did say you're from Oregon, so, okay. It's so wonderful to hear from everybody. I usually try to stay on here about an hour, right at, and then I'll leave you. Let's see, there's a place, 55 and older, called Shag in Seattle. Those are very enjoyable to live in most of the time, I think. If you have good neighbors, and she's been blessed there, really has enjoyed it. And so many of those people are great. And, you can go to that room and play cards and play games anytime. And then they have their buffets and their luncheons and their all kinds of things, just one thing after another. Actually, you wouldn't have to buy very much food if you was really of a mind to just eat what they serve. Hi, Anna. I'm happy to see you here. You guys, Anna's on board. She's been coming to my lives and watching for a long time. I'm happy to see you. I hope you're having a good night. And she is in Illinois. I'm trying to always remember that. Yes, and you see Dave is here. Yes. That's so awesome. I feel like I'm among friends, you guys. This is so fun. Uh, you give me something to do. And oh, by the way, my son, I have two sons. My 62-year-old son, he's the one that came back to my birthday back there in Oklahoma. Let's see. Dave, let's see. John, you said, thank you for this fun chat. New subscriber. I'm so happy you're here, John. And this was great fun, and hope you'll do it again. I try to come on every Monday night, but I am here every day doing something. Some of it you might find so interesting, and some of you say, oh, why'd she do that? Remember, I'm 80. Anyway, so, I was telling you about my son. He came over today. Actually, my two sons came over at the same time. Here they come walking in the door together. One of them lives 10 miles that way or 5 miles that way, and the other lives 20 miles the other way. And they come walking in the same time. I was so happy to see them both. And I said, now I got my 2/3 of my kids back together again. When I was in Oklahoma, I had 2/3 of my kids, but I missed my young son. Anyway, so my son, Gordon, my older one, 62, he said, would you mind giving me a haircut? Well, and he wanted the buzz type, And I said, well, I don't know. I might try or instruct you, tell you when you're missing some. Anyway, I didn't do too much of it. He did the most of it himself. But anyway, it's good, to have your children still coming by, even when they're older. And let's see. I love your channel. I'm so glad, Lorraine. I love having you here. I'm just so blessed. And it's just been such a fun time. And even since I've gotten home, it's just like one thing after another. It's just like so thrilled. As soon as I got home, I went to a Bible study and heard Kay's testimony and was able to video that, and been talking to my friends, and then talked to my 99-year-old uncle today. You think and he drives still. And I get to meet my friend Susie, 94. She drives to the donut shop to meet me in her Mustang. There's hope for us, you guys, as we get older. We don't have to just stop living. It's a good day. So that's a good thing. And you know what? Well, I got just a little bit more time, and then we're gonna go. Let's see. Okay, Lorraine, thank you so much for joining me, and I'm getting ready to go too, but I would like to pray with everybody before they go. And now if you don't care about hearing my prayer, you're welcome to leave now, but I just always like to ask Jesus to be with you, and the ones that come now and the ones that come later. There's so many people that need a healing, and if you remember my cousin that played and sang the guitar in Oklahoma, oh my goodness, she is so talented and has such a wonderful attitude, but she needs a healing in her shoulder. She said, it's painful for her to play the guitar, and she said, I don't know what I'd do without being able to play the guitar and sing. Anyway, so let's pray. Lord Jesus, I pray that you'll bless each one that has joined in tonight. God, I ask you that you'll protect them, meet their needs, God, whatever their need is. There are so many needs out there. People need a healing, Lord, a financial miracle. Even, Lord, just our attitude and our mental health, Lord, all of that. You take care of us all, and we just ask you in the name of Jesus that you'll be with each one. Lord, the people that have suffered in this the flood, and all those people that's lost their loved ones, we ask you, God, you'll be with each one of them. Lord, there's so many needs in this world. We ask you, God, that you will be with each one. And God, if they don't know you, let them come to know you as their own personal Savior. Thank you, Father God, and we thank you. God bless you so much. And I'm going to look forward to seeing you next time. Come and join me anytime. I'm going to be here. In a few minutes, I'm uploading the video. And I'll see you next time. God bless you.